Yo, what's poppin'? People, your boy Snacks is back in the building with another banger. Y'all know how we do. Y'all know how we get down. Before we get started, we got to give a shout out to the beautiful ladies of the CUNT. So if you see them in the chat or in the comment section, make sure you say what's up. Make sure you follow them on all of their social media accounts: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, everything. Big ass shout out to the CUNT. As y'all know, we coming up on draft season. But before there's draft season, there's free agency. And free agency tells a lot. And it's going to tell a lot for the Cleveland Browns on how they are building moving forward. Free agency opens up this week, and it's going to be a lot of movement in the NFL. But the Cleveland Browns media is coming around to Shedeur being that guy. All these other options are not looking too hot, but let's talk about it. We up in here this thing, man. And I know your boy has been away. Like I told you, we had those deaths in the family, and yesterday was yet another funeral. So, your boy was out of pocket. But we back. We got one more to go. But we're going to get through the week and get things done. But we are approaching free agency. As we know, the Browns have already restructured Deshaun Watson's contract to clear up more cap space for them to move forward in this free agent market. And it seems as if the Cleveland Browns media is coming around more and more to the first former HBCU quarterback to reach the Pro Bowl since Steve Air McNair, Shedeur being their future in the quarterback room. Now, some of them have a hard time when it comes to Shedeur or Deshaun Watson. Some of them have a hard time going either or. But most of the Cleveland media is coming around to Shedeur. And now they're getting that same response from people on the outside.
I've thought about this, and I listened to some of the analysts talk about it. I think our team, we have so many holes to fill and so many players that, so many positions that need attention to. I would be interested to see where the team does and where they actually see us being in 2026 for this upcoming season. What do they truly believe that we can get accomplished? And I think that'll tell us a lot about how our team is going to look here in the future. I think that they are aware, I hope they're aware that, hey, we need a lot of pieces to get this going. I mean, I don't see ourselves going out on the market and spending another $30 to $40 million to bring another quarterback in when, we do have someone who's capable, maybe two people who's capable on that roster, maybe to get through the 2026 season and be competitive and put a product out there that we can live with, and then see where we're at the end of 26 going into 27.
Yeah. And that is the truth. You have two capable quarterbacks already in pocket. Why would you invest more money into your quarterback room when you already have two very, very capable quarterbacks? One with experience who hasn't played a lot, and a second-year quarterback in Shedeur that showed a lot of promise last season on the field. Why are we continuously looking outside of the room when you need so many other pieces to fulfill that need at quarterback to make your quarterback better? And like most of the media is starting to understand, you can't overlook Deshaun Watson. He's a part of this group, and he has been out of play because he's been hurt. But what if? And if Deshaun's not the answer, then you also have Shedeur, who showed a lot of promise last season.
I think the Browns have to act like Deshaun is part of this for whatever reason, whether it's because he's going to be here and it's just the niceties of it. I think it just makes the incredible amount of sense. I think Nathan's right, by the way. I think have a two-man quarterback room.
I agree with that too.
And I think it's easy that you just go to Deshaun and say, hey, we haven't seen enough in workouts. We're going to get this veteran quarterback in. It's going to be him versus Shedeur. And the only way you see the field this year is if both of those guys go down.
So it is, in fact, a 3-quarterback room. It's just a 2-quarterback competition.
I think it's very similar to last year where they said it was a 4-man quarterback derby, and it was really a 3-man quarterback derby with Shedeur throwing to guys in accounting.
Oh, okay. So Shedeur will be like, oh, yeah, I'm used to this. I know what you guys are doing.
And they'll be like, Deshaun, I've been there, slugger.
Yeah.
Sorry about it.
I've seen this one. It'll be interesting to see how it all shakes out. And then is Dylan just gone out of this equation too?
Yeah, I would imagine so. Although, wow, way to tank a guy's value. Gone from the 92nd pick in the draft to, I saw somebody suggesting you might be able to get a 6th or 7th rounder for him.
I think that was me like a month ago.
I was on Twitter yesterday. That's where I saw it. But it wasn't you.
We had this conversation, I think, like a month ago, and I said 6th or 7th round. I think it was a debate between us about what his value would be because I was so hell-bent on, I think, it being a 6th or 7th rounder.
Listen, the Mac Jones thing still sticks in my mind. That Mac Jones for a pick in Dylan Gabriel might be a way that you kind of get both of these things that we're talking about accomplished.
Sure.
But yes, I would be, I shouldn't even say that. I would be very surprised if they didn't add a veteran quarterback of some repute to that mix, which means I'd be very surprised if Dylan Gabriel was here by the time training camp was underway.
No, it's not going to happen. You don't get rid of Dylan. You don't. Why are you trying? It's just so much that they are trying to do. You're trying to reach for things when what you have is better than what you're trying to acquire. It's what Cleveland has done so many years. What Cleveland has continued to do is reach for quarterbacks instead of building what they have. Instead of developing quarterbacks and getting better at the position, they keep looking for the answer. Just looking for the answer. And
especially
the answer is not there.
They are intrigued by one of
the. You have to build on what you have in order to get better. You have to put the pieces in place. You have to mold your team into what you want. But everybody's so focused on we need to win right now. No, you need to win some right now. You don't need to get it all right now. You have to build a winning team. You just don't all of a sudden show up with one. Did you not watch what Philadelphia did? Are you not seeing what Chicago is currently doing? They built up to get better for Caleb. And they're still trying to build around him. They just think a quarterback is magically going to show up in Cleveland and you're supposed to win everything. How? With what? You don't have an offensive line. You need receivers. Your defense is stellar, but it's going to get old if you don't replenish it. Cleveland media just wants to win now instead of winning some now and winning a lot later.
I think the Browns might have to stand pat at quarterback. And I think that they probably should want to. I mean, especially if, they are intrigued by one of these quarterbacks that's coming out in the draft, because you don't have to draft a guy at, in the top 10 where the Browns are. You can maybe use the later first-round pick to draft a Ty Simpson if you really want to. I don't know that I would necessarily do that. But also, I mean, you look in the second round and the third round, the Garrett Nussmeyers of the world, the Drew Allers of the world. If you really like one of them, then that's who you – and they're available, then, yeah, that might make more sense to get one of those guys there. But from the veteran, because you have Deshaun Watson, you have Shedeur-Sanders, Dylan Gabriel, I don't necessarily think is going to be a factor in quarterback competition based on what we saw last year. But, you have enough QBs that you don't need to go out and get a veteran just to get a veteran. I don't think that it behooves you very much to do something like that. I think the Browns might have to stand pat at quarterback. And I think that they probably...
Exactly. You have a veteran. You have a young quarterback. You got two young quarterbacks. Why are you continuously looking for something that's not better than what you have? Nothing in free agency right now is better than Deshaun Watson was, or better than the Shedeur-Sanders is currently coming up. Malik Willis, what has he done? What? Kyler Murray. He not even focused. They had a stipulation in his contract that Kyler Murray had to study film so many hours a week because Kyler liked playing video games. Kyler wanted to run around and do the most. But there is no need for them to try and add another piece to this quarterback room, especially a veteran, when Deshaun Watson is more veteran than the veterans you want to enhance the team with.
It's hard to say. If they do add a veteran, I think it would be a younger guy that will have some upside potential and could do something for them down the road. And if they do something like that, and I wrote this in one of my stories recently, that if they bring in another guy, then I think they would be open to trading Dylan Gabriel. So, I think that's something to watch for over the next week. If they can get something for Dylan, maybe they've seen enough of him, and, maybe Todd Monken has seen enough of him and, what his scheme would be for a guy like that, to maybe that, that they would consider moving him. In that scenario, then you maybe go out and find another developmental guy. Maybe you draft a Drew Eller or a Cade Klubnik or whatever, somebody from a later round in this draft. It's hard to say.
Yeah, see, Mary Kay is even coming around to the point of it makes no sense to go out and try to draft another quarterback. Makes no sense at all. Only person that's looking for them to get another quarterback is mainly Nick Padone and Sports Boy Tony. But it's stupid because Tony just simply, because Nick Padone simply hates he hates Deshaun Watson, despises him, don't like him, simply because Deshaun Watson got hurt and hasn't been able to play for Cleveland. And Cleveland paid so much money. It's ridiculous the way people act because people got hurt in a football game. That comes with the nature of the doggone game.
I can't wait for another offseason of Deshaun Watson talk.
No, and I'm sorry, Daryl, I can't do it. I can't. I can't live through a training camp where they seriously try selling me on Deshaun Watson. Like the Instagram videos I get, guys, he's doing running back drills. He's doing running back drills on his Instagram right now. That's not the guy that could be the week one starter. It can't. Daryl, they won't be able to introduce the starting offense in the home stadium. The home fans will boo. You can't do that. You can't do that to Browns fan. You can't put Deshaun Watson back on the football field. And that's why when we're talking about free agency and we're talking about all of these things that could happen tomorrow, it's like, man, I love Shedeur. I want to see Shedeur do well. I think he deserves another chance. I would like to see him be the week 1 starting quarterback next year because I think there were enough flashes that are out there. But if you could get me somebody, I don't care who it is. I've given up. I'm conceding the right to even argue with you all. 216-474-0092 about the specific name. If you want to give me Marcus Mariota, fine. If that means pushing Deshaun Watson back on this depth chart, do it. Bring me whoever. And I don't seriously believe, by the way, that he's a real option for them either. Because they just restructured the deal, because you could be a post-June 1st cut, the end of the season. Why would you do that? Why would you start Deshaun Watson going into a season where from a financial standpoint, it benefits you to post-June 1st release him? Why would they do that?
I can't.
Because they still can get something out of Deshaun Watson. Because they gave him so much money doesn't mean they are not heavily invested in Deshaun being a good quarterback. It doesn't mean they aren't wanting him to succeed. You still can get something back for Deshaun. And you worried about him doing running back, he's an athletic quarterback. He needs to be able to cut and stop and go and do all the things that athletic and mobile quarterbacks do. So what are you talking about? He's doing running back drills. See, this is someone speaking from a standpoint of, I don't care if he's good or not. I don't want him on the field. But if he's the best option for my team, I still don't want him on the field. Then you're not a Cleveland Browns fan, my friend. That makes you a hater and someone that would rather see your team lose than put the best option forward. That's stupid. But their writer has simply come around to the idea that Shedeur is the best option for Cleveland.
I think the best path forward for the Browns would be to see what Shedeur can do. Find out if this kid can do it or not.
I agree with you that's the best path objectively for the organization, because if he pops, boom, you've got your franchise guy and you could be full steam ahead, especially behind an improved offensive line and better wide receivers. But if you're Andrew Berry and this is potentially your last grasp at this,
but I don't think it is. I don't think it's Berry's last grasp. I think he's got 2 more years.
All right, then maybe that's the outlier.
Because I think Monken's getting 2 years.
Because the last 5th round pick, like Shedeur, that got a little sample size, but then was given the leash in a full season for himself, was Sam Howell. And he was so bad that they got the number 2 overall pick that led to Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, well, I don't think this defense is going to allow you to get the number 2 pick.
Right.
Yeah. That was the dumbest take ever. Can't compare shedeursanders to Sam Howell. And you think this defense is going to help you with wins. That's the point. People in the media in Cleveland don't understand how really close they are to being and winning in that division. You have 3 new coaches in that division. And the Bengals defense is ass. So if you can build your offense and give your quarterback receivers and protection, you stand a real good chance of being able to win that division year after year after year. Even though now you got to deal with Max Crosby, who's at the Ravens. You only get to see him twice a year. So what kind of stupidity are we continuously talking about trying to bring in new people in the quarterback room? But y'all let me know, man. Y'all been doing this forever. Your boy been out, missing. So y'all know what to do. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit that little star down there and hype your boy up. We finna get this thing back pumping. get these videos cracking back out. We gonna do the doggone thing. But anyway, man, I'm gonna get out of here. Appreciate y'all for watching. I'll let your boy. Peace out.